In this problem, we want to maximize revenue, where revenue is defined as negative x cubed plus 105x squared plus 1125x, where r is measured in dollars and x is the number of units produced. And it says what production level will yield a maximum revenue. Well, if x is the number of units produced, that means we want x. We want the x at which revenue has a maximum. Now this is a cubic function. It's got a negative leading coefficient, so it's probably going to do something along those lines. I'm not entirely sure without looking at the graph. But what we're going to do is find its derivative, because at the max, which would be right there, the derivative is equal to 0. So we're going to start by finding the derivative of x, which is negative 3x squared, plus 105 times 2 is 210 x to the first plus 1125. We need to find where does that derivative equal 0. And that gives us a quadratic equation which we can solve. So first thing I want to do is see if I can take a 3 out of all three of those numbers, because that will simplify the computation quite a bit if we can. So let's do 210 divided by 3. And that is divisible. Also, 1125 divided by 3 is 375. So let's go ahead and take a 3 out of everything. And in fact, let's take a negative 3 out of everything to make the signs easier to work with. So if I take a negative 3 out front, that would leave me with x squared minus 70x minus, I believe it was 375, minus 375. And that's equal to 0. And then maybe this factors, maybe it doesn't. The numbers are a little bit large. So 375, what you would do is look for factors at 375 which add to 70. I think instead I'm going to jump to the quadratic formula. Now the negative 3 just goes away, because if you divide both sides by negative 3, 0 divided by negative 3 is 0. So I'm going to go to the quadratic formula instead of factoring to get negative b would be positive 70 plus or minus the square root of b squared is 70 squared, so that's 4,900 minus 4 times a is 1 times c is negative 375 all over 2a. Is 2 times 1. So then under the radical, let's see what that comes to. We have 375 times 4 under my radical is 1,500, and I need to add 1,500 to 4,900. I get 6,400, and if I take the square root of that, we get 80. So we did get a nice number. I figured that probably would have factored if I'd have tried. If we do 70 plus 80, we're going to get 150 over 2, or if we do 70 minus 80, we get negative 10 over 2. So those are 75 and negative 5. Now a negative number doesn't make sense in this problem. Therefore, we should produce 75,000 units, luckily x is in thousands, to maximize the revenue.